Okay, as I was saying, I'm sure you all remember that last October we had a terrible storm called Sandy, right? That was a hurricane. People lost their homes, stores were destroyed, so many things were destroyed by that storm, and it was a very, very hard time. And if you remember, that was lots of rain, very strong winds, okay? And the biggest problem was the storm surge, okay? That's basically when the water from the ocean gets pushed onshore. So when tons of water from the ocean is pouring onto the land, that's why homes are destroyed, okay? So let's say especially people that live near the water, they were affected the most, okay? Okay, so remember we spoke about with a tornado, right? Anyone remember what the scale is called that we use to measure a tornado? Right, the Fujita scale, right? Okay, so hurricanes have their own scale, and it's called the Saffir-Simpson Hurricane Wind Scale, okay? So basically, the way that it classifies the hurricanes is based on their potential to cause damage. So it's saying how much damage can this hurricane cause, okay? And that's how we're going to classify it, okay? So the scale goes from a category 1 to a category 5. Remember, the other one was an F0 to an F5. We're talking about category 1 to category 5, okay? And this is also based on the wind speed, okay? So any hurricane that's classified as a category 3 or more, so a 3, a 4, or a 5, is considered a major hurricane, okay? We're going to talk about, you know, what causes a hurricane. That's important to know also, okay? Basically, heat and moisture from the surface of the ocean interact with a wind pattern that spirals air inward, okay? So, similar to a tornado, but a little bit different, okay? The water vapor condenses into storm clouds, which are further fueled by the heat and the wind, okay? So we have heat, we have wind, we have storm clouds, okay? And they're all coming together to make this major storm, okay? Alright, just a few facts about hurricanes, okay, that are important to know, or just interesting, fun facts to know, right? Okay, this is kind of like a fun fact. Hurricanes have male and female names, but at one point, only female names were used, okay? So basically, they name hurricanes after females. Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Sandy, right? Okay. Another fun fact. In Australia, okay, people in Australia, they have a really funny name for hurricanes. They call them Willy Willies, okay? So, in Australia, they call hurricanes Willy Willy. So if you ever go to Australia and you hear someone say Willy Willy, you'll remember what it is. The New England hurricane of 1938 is reported to have the fastest forward speed for a hurricane at 70 miles per hour. Okay, so this is just a statistic. In 1938, in New England, there was a hurricane, and it was the fastest speed. It was going at 70 miles per hour. Okay, just to give you a reference, the average hurricane, it has a forward speed of 20 miles per hour. So 70 miles per hour, that is very fast, okay? And just another interesting thing is that hurricane season in the Atlantic Ocean, which the Atlantic Ocean is the ocean that's near us, right? Okay, runs from June 1st to November 30th. Okay, so that's hurricane season. So that's the time when hurricanes could potentially happen. Okay? Alright, so let's see. I hope you all found that very interesting. I hope you took some notes because I'm gonna see how you guys are doing, okay? So I'm gonna go around the room. I want you to get into groups of 3, okay? So I want the 3 of you over there to be in a group. 3 people over there to be in a group. I want the 3 people in the front to be in a group. The 3 people in the back over there to be in a group. And the rest, you can have a group of 4. Okay? I want you to sit in your groups, and I want you to talk a little bit about all the interesting things that I just shared with you. I want you to reflect, discuss it. If you have questions, maybe you could bounce them off each other. Okay, and I'm going to go around the room and just see how you guys are doing. Okay? Okay, so now that we've got a pretty good understanding of hurricanes and tornadoes, okay, I want to go over how they're similar and how they're different, okay? That's what I would like to do. Alright, so here we go. I want you all to make a chart, okay? This chart could be a regular chart that you all think of with columns and rows, okay? If that's what you want to do, that's fine. Or you can, whatever learning style you have, if you work better with charts and just words, that's fine. If you would like to do a graphic organizer, we all know, think of the Venn diagram that we did last week. Okay, that would be considered a graphic organizer, or you can do bubbles, anything that you feel comfortable with, and an easy way for you to present information. That's what I want you to do, okay? So I want you to compare, okay, which means I want you to tell me which things are the same, and I want you to contrast, and tell me what things are different about a hurricane and a tornado, okay? I'm just going to give you some guidelines. Okay, I want you to have at least 3 similarities, okay, and 3 differences, alright? That's what I want you to do. Okay, so I'm going to give you about 15 minutes, okay, and I want you to work on this, and I'm going to go around and you know, if you have any questions or if you're not sure what to do, please don't hesitate to ask me. Okay? Alright. Okay, well, you all did a great job on those compare and contrast assignments. It really shows me how well you're learning, and it shows me that you guys are really paying attention, because a lot of you had some really interesting ideas. I'm proud of you. Okay? Hopefully you all enjoyed learning about these natural disasters and what can happen when they come and how we could prevent them, okay? So I'm pretty sure you guys all understood things pretty well based on how well you did that assignment, okay? And I want you to do some homework for me, like always. But this is going to be a fun homework. This is not going to be tedious. This is going to be fun, okay? I want to see your creative side a little bit, because I know you all have it in you, and you all have really cool stuff going on in your head. So I want to see how creative you could be, okay? So I want you to go home, and I want you to make a poster, okay? I'm going to give you 3 days to do it, because I know that you need to go out and you need to buy oak tag and whatever supplies you need to buy, and I don't expect you to buy it in one night, because that's not fair, okay? So I'm going to give you 3 days to do it. It's going to be due on Wednesday, okay? Alright, so I want you to create a poster about storm safety, okay? So we just learned a whole lot of stuff about storms, and I want you to think about, if you were a teacher or you were a parent, I want you to think about what you would teach the kids, or even, it doesn't even have to be kids. It could just be a whole group of adults that doesn't know much about storms and needs to learn, okay? And I want you to think about what important things you would share with them in order to stay safe in a storm, okay? So I want you to think about it like this. If one day a tornado would come, I want you to do this, this, and that to keep yourself safe, okay? So obviously this has a lot to do with your creativity, has to do with what you think, okay? But I also want you to go on the internet, okay, I want you to go on Google, and I want you to type in something like storm safety or safety during a hurricane. Anything that you decide, okay? You guys all know how to use Google. And I just want you to use that information to help you, because there's tons of websites that go through procedures and precautions, and you can use that as a guide, okay? Okay, so just some directions that you need to follow, okay? So you may choose to do this poster about tornadoes or hurricanes, but not both, okay? So I want you to choose whichever one you find the most interesting, and that's what you're going to do your poster about. Only one, okay? Not both. Okay, so I want you to use your creativity to draw at least 3 pictures that would help someone understand how to stay safe during the storm. So if you went to a group of kindergarten children who don't really read so good, right? I want you to draw 3 pictures that you could show them these pictures and say, you know what, if a storm came, you should do this, okay? So I want at least 3 pictures. Don't worry about it if you're not such a great artist. That's not what this is about, okay? This is about representing things in your own way, okay? And I also want you to have at least 6 written rules, okay? So we have 3 pictures, but then we're also going to have writing. We're going to have at least 6 written rules regarding storm safety, okay? So most likely this will be rules that people should follow in the case of a storm, okay? I want you to make sure your poster has a title, and I want you to make sure you write your name on it so I know who made it and I know who to give credit to. And you must be able to explain your work on this poster and understand why you did this project. So when you give the poster to me, I'm going to have each one of you present it to the class. Just show it to the class. Maybe you have 2 minutes, you know, if there's anything on it that needs to be explained. And I'm going to ask you to explain the work on your poster. Explain to me why you wrote what you wrote, why you made the pictures that you made. And I want you to understand why I had you do this project, okay? So those are just things to keep in mind that I will be asking you, okay, when you hand this in. Okay, well, I hope you will enjoy this lesson, and I'll see you tomorrow.